wake up in the morning, telegram in hand, heart to our community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG printer, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. Inside fixes ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off PulseChain. But I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game.
Yeah, dog. Welcome. Happy Sunday to everybody out there in the crypto space. Welcome to R2R live stream. Don't forget to pound the like button, drop a comment. And always remember, not a financial advisor. For damn sure, not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to crypto. Could get wrecked. Could lose it all. So, we're going to talk about something important today, guys. All right. We're going to be covering BrokeNoMo. All right. It's a meme token on Pulse, but we're going to talk about how the sponsor, the official sponsor of the R2R live streams and video content, DexFi. Don't forget, go to DexFi.com/bonds, where they've paid a whopping $250,123 in passive income in the form of USDC over on base to people who have minted their bonds and got a treasury bond position. Already 2.4, almost $2.5 million worth of Ethereum over on base has minted 9,383 total bonds minted. And how DexFi, their bonds, could change meme tokens basically on any chain. But on PulseChain, it can absolutely be a game changer, not just for BrokeNoMo, right? Not just for that token, but for all the other meme tokens out there. Because Houston, we got a problem. Here's the problem we face in the reality of meme tokens. All right, guys. The problem we face is a lot of it is just hype, pump and dump, influencer based. Who's posting about it on Twitter? What's trending, right? On Twitter, what's trending on Dex tool or a Dex screen or Dex tools, all that stuff. And the main factor is when it comes to that, right? You either are in early and you are the person that makes a lot, or you're in late and you're the exit liquidity. And if it's a good meme token, it'll retrace hard, come back strong, and start to do its thing. I want to head over to Dex Screener real quick because we're going to point out some meme tokens before we get into BrokeNoMo and how things are going to change from here on out, right? For not only this meme token that we're going to cover, but the opportunity is you as a developer out there, how you can change the game for your users and just not be a hype pump and dump token with no additional utility, where you can give your users a chance that are late and have become exit liquidity at these tops, and they don't ever recover because nobody else buys them. They rotate to the next big thing. And the rotation's true, all right? We see Peacock, right? We take a look at Peacock. Where's my music? Where's my music in the background? We'll take a look at Peacock, right? And I drew this up beautifully a few days back for my group. Right when I saw it get about here, I was like, hey, bro, we're about to get this. And it played out pretty well, right? We did get that breakout just about almost in an identical time frame that I drew it out for Peacock. I've been doing meme tokens a long time. I know how they retrace, the volatility. I know the name of the game. And the name of the game is buzzwords and things that are trending, okay? So what do I mean by that? Well, right now, meme tokens are hot on PulseChain, right? They've been hot on Ethereum. They've been hot on Solana. Hell, they've been hot on Tron before. I've played them all. And I learned the same lesson every time, right? Hype jobs, they come down, and only the strong survive. They have the biggest communities, all right? Now we're having our meme season on PulseChain, and this may be your first. This may be your first 5x you've hit, because a lot are hitting right now, but they have a drastic ending because there's no utility. There's no real yield bringing in more profits. And what's the big buzzword right now? There's always something, a meta, whether it's a dog token, it may be a Matt Fury. It's so many different speculations and narratives that are born. Right? Richard Hart's backing. So Peacock has made it to the blue chip phase. I think most wanted, the one that's, I speculate linked to Richard Hart, is the number one meme token on PulseChain to own. But I had a top 5, and Peacock happened to be one of them. Liberty Swap, which is bringing cross-chain exposure, bridge access, cross-chain bridge access from all other networks right now, soon to be Solana and Sui, to bring on board new users. But the buzzword right now, we'll go to DevC, prime example. The buzzword right now is the dev is burning tokens. The dev is burning tokens is the new thing, right? The dev is burning tokens. Wow, he burned 5% of the supply, 10% of the supply, 50%. And it's like, whoop, green candle. Everyone posts about it. Oh my gosh, the supply shock and all that. The reality behind when somebody takes tokens that they created, especially out of thin air, right? Because Pump Tires tokens is a one-click shop. I can make a token, you can make a token, right? You click a button, for less than $1, you got a meme token. And if you're good at it, and you make, a nice website, cool logos, it's interesting. But this token showed up in R2R earlier, and it was like, hey, this guy just burned a bunch of tokens, huge amount. And other tokens are lining up with this buzz, right? But that means nothing. What makes it meaningful is when you actually buy the tokens and then burn them, okay? That's where you get the supply shock. That's where you get the bullish indicators of like, holy smokes, 80% of the supply was purchased, then burnt. Not just 80% of the supply was burnt out the wallet, okay? And you'll find that every single time to be the leading green candle, and then it's just like, oh, nothing burger, right? Don't want to throw any meme tokens under the bus. I'm giving you examples and leading to why BrokeNoMo is going to be the first real yield token that's going to be backed by DexFi Bonds, and how they're going to do it and how it's going to help make sure that you're getting into something that, I don't mind getting the quick 10x's here, 5x's here, do that. But where are you going to put that money? Probably gambling in another meme token, and maybe you hit or maybe you don't. But my earnings are going to go into BrokeNoMo, and we're going to get into why that is. So without throwing tokens under the bus, like we're looking at my top 5, right? TFC, right? Went up, went down, struggling. Right now, it doesn't have the buyers it had before. That's the truth. It doesn't. Am I hopeful? Yes. Do I think we're close to the bottom? I hope. But at this time, right, people were chasing the green candles. There's nothing wrong with that. And there wasn't a big hype, burn the supply buzz, none of that going on. Alamo, supporting asset 2 with TFC. That's part of my top 5. But it didn't have anything along the lines of, what was going to continue to bring in revenue, money, real yield, real actual yield, nothing. So these fall into just what you see here on the charts. And it's hard to recover unless they're absolutely backed by a strong community like Peacock and Liberty Swap that's linked to Richard Hart speculation and tweets. It's going to be hard. Then you have Bria, right? Same thing, backed by, Rackham, right? His dog, big narrative. It's down big, even way past my buy. Now, Rackham behind the scenes is working on utility. So that, I wouldn't sleep on that idea. But I'm just saying, at this point, there's things in the works that hasn't brought it back, but it's part of my top 5. That's why I bring it up. Let's go to Pab Boss. And I love hums, right? Prime example of what took place in a scenario where every $1.5 million of market cap that goes up, they burn 80 million tokens. Hell, they just burned a ton more regardless to try to create hype and excitement. Okay, let's look. They went and burnt a hell of a lot more of the supply. 30% of the supply, because remember, pump tire tokens only got 1 billion supply. They went and burned additional supply up to 30%, and you still have this result. Hums, I messaged you on Telegram. In my Telegram, I tagged you for this opportunity, and all of you other developers too as well, that are either the one-click developers on pump tires or you create a token on your own. Get in contact with DexFi, especially after you hear this, what I got to say here, because it's important. Because I want PulseChain to succeed. And if you guys go this route and establish real yield on your meme tokens, it can be the most important indicator on your next trend up, other than just being left for dead. And I reached out to Hums because I go, listen, man, this is where it's at. And I've pitched this idea to some big developers, when it comes to the printer tokens and whatnot. And I think people need to listen close here. Pab Boss burned a ton of tokens. Like I said before, they just burned them. That 30% of the supply had been purchased, then burnt, we would be looking at a different chart. Which brings us to the token of the hour. My main point here with BrokeNoMo, right now ranked number 6 on Dex Screener. It is being backed by the proud sponsor of the R2R live stream. But guys, when I made the agreement with DexFi back in June, to sponsor the channel, I had a line of different products and platforms that wanted to do this. And I said, I see, you know what? You guys built something special that brings good utility. And it was only about $133,000 of funds at the time. It's now 2.4 million. It's paid $250,000 in real yield. And what they use is you get exposure to the strategies that they use on DexFi with that expert entry, exit timing, what they call precision managed liquidity and range settings. Okay. So think now they've paid out, just double of when I first talked about them, what the money they had in. Now they have $2.5 million of invested money. So they're going to tie in together. All right. So that this is just not a meme token that is like, hey, we're burning tokens, supplies burnt. No, there's a strategy behind the madness. And DexFi, the bonds, the treasuries is going to push this. And I believe, for me personally, for myself, for my selections, my 5 has to change if the developers of these tokens out there aren't making the necessary steps to make their meme tokens stronger than ever. And how would that be? Utilizing a real yield strategy through DexFi. Because DexFi bonds, the treasury is over on base. And they're going to be able to use that money to bring it over to PulseChain or any other chain. So the opportunity is big. And the industry standard is what they call it out there, right? Has to be in meme tokens, and especially on PulseChain, because I hate pump and dumps, but I love them when they make me money, but you hate them when you lose, is give the people a chance, man, to get into something that's going to earn real yield so it can grow back over time and keep sustained hype and keep the community happy and stronger than ever and bring those charts back up, right? Because we see nothing but, the hype and then the crash, right? We see Zendog, big people pushing it. Is there any real yield? When the hype's over, you'll see the crash. I already marked where I believe it'll go down as well. And these are meme tokens we're talking. But back to how this is going to work, guys. Where the real power is this is going to be real yield backed, right? It's not just going to be hype. There's going to be hype and excitement, right? Because people don't want to be broke no more. All right, we're going to check out the website. I love the website. But unlike the meme tokens out there not only on PulseChain, but out there on Solana, right? Out there on Ethereum, out there everywhere, they don't have what this token has, right? And it's not going to just rely on volume and hopium. Mo's going to generate that real revenue from Dex funds, from DexFi Bonds on other chains and bring it back to PulseChain. That's actual money, guys. All right. That's actual money. That's not magic internet dust. All right. And I know there's bots out there, for the printers and all that. And we've experienced something with the printers. And my job in crypto as the supporter of my family here is to get better and evolve, to make money smarter. And with the printers, and I love OG Web Chef's ecosystem, and I invite them to join forces with DexFi would be great, especially Hums with Pab Boss, and get involved. You developers need to contact AJ from DexFi and get into this. All right, it will help you tremendously to welcome real yield in your meme token environment ecosystem. Even if it's a utility token, that's even better, right? But what I want to say is, it comes from a real form of money being made. So it also going to have dual reflections for holding the token. You're going to earn more Mo. So the more Mo you earn, the Mo you're going to make. Plus Pulse. So every buy and sell and transfer sends Mo tokens and Pulse straight to your wallet as a user. So it's like getting paid in memes and blue chips just for holding. You get more Mo, and the blue chip Pulse gets right sent to your wallet. It was a fair launch. There was no team tokens. This token launched back when it was hype during the pump tires, and that died quick. But this meme cycle here we're in right now is here to stay. There's a lot of money being made, but there's a lot of pump and dumps and rotations and moving on to the next big thing. Not only could we put a stop to that and experience greatness here with Mo, but if these people connect, right? Connect. Let me see who's in the chat. Oh, cryptographics. Hey, I got a video coming out. I already recorded it. It's gonna load later. A review of Unity. It's already done. I recorded it. It's like 23 minutes, edited, all that. It's coming. Later today, I'm going to post that. That's funny. But even you can connect with the good old DexFi and, add something, a little spice to the madness. Gugan, hey, another dev out there. Get on it, brother. Get on it. But back to the lecture at hand, right? Fair launch, no team tokens, 0 pre-sale, 0 insiders. This treasury still owns 40% supply. It's community driven, just like any other meme token, right? Without the pre-sales, no VC. Now, we're going to talk about the burn, baby, burn, right? What did we say earlier? It's great to burn tokens out of circulation. Fine, burn 50, 60%. What's a better case scenario? A meme token that launches and the developer goes, I burnt 90% of the supply out of my own bag, versus a developer that says, I just burnt 10% of the supply after I bought and burned it. Woo! You ain't getting that nowhere, but you can. You can. Get in contact with these guys. Burn, baby, burn. All right. So 0.5% of every transaction gets burned forever. Less supply equals more demand. Higher floor over time. Bada bing, bada boom. Burning isn't everything, though, right? Just burning the token doesn't help the price. They actually buy and burn. That does increase the floor. So they'll do the buy and the burns every week. All right. This is from what's being earned over on base in the DexFi Bonds treasury. On a weekly basis, they'll come in, and I believe it's on a Friday, bring that money, bring in capital to PulseChain to buy and burn weekly. All right. There's going to be auto liquidity on every trade, guys. That's another 0.5% of each transaction that goes to liquidity, making Mo more stable as the markets grow. No paper thin pulls here. All right. And then the cross-chain revenue loop. That's important. That's where you want to sink in your head why Mo is so important at raising the bar, setting that new industry standard for PulseChain, guys. Setting that new industry standard for PulseChain and what you should demand. Everybody in a meme token right now, go into your chat, especially Hums. I love you, Hums. And OG and say, hey, man, while you guys build, and Hums, I want your token to succeed. Connect with the DexFi team, AJ over at DexFi. Figure out how you can bring real yield to help your token while you build and do whatever it is in the background. And any of you and any other utility token on PulseChain or whatever chain more may be, or meme token, say, hey, guys, we have a way to bring real yield on a weekly basis. And we've seen that pool grow over time on Thomas G's channel, of course, right? And, we talk about it. It's a cross-chain revenue loop, guys. So Mo is going to be the only token at this point, and it's going to be one of many. Trust me, people will catch on because metas catch on and buzzwords. The buzzword that's going to be the most important one that ever be talked about in DeFi, I just said it, remember it, nail it to the wall, embed it in your brain. Cross-chain revenue loops. Okay? So Mo is going to be the only one right now we talked today on PulseChain that's going to funnel the yield from outside of the ecosystem back into its treasury and holders. It's DeFi with an export strategy, guys. That's got to be something that you got to demand. You go in your Telegram groups and you go, you know what, man? The chart looks great. We're pumping. But you know what's next? A big red candle from the whales. And they move on and rotate to the next big thing. Bring something useful to your investment and demand and fight for it. If you don't, you may end up just holding a bag and be that guy who's in Telegram just trying to hype and get everyone excited for it every time someone buys. Don't be that guy. Be the guy that says, you know what? I got a solution. Here's where it's at. We got these DexFi bonds. A developer that's been around for years has nailed a good strategy. Let's put it to work. All right. So the Pulse rewards, they're going to be powered by DeFi bonds. Revenue from DeFi bonds is going to be used to send the Pulse rewards to holders. There's no volume tricks, no bots. Basically, a better version of what the printer tokens were doing, but with real yield. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that clarity and awareness of knowing where the money's actually coming from and understanding it? Okay. That is going to be something that you want to be an investment. And I'm not a financial advisor, guys, but I feel more comfortable knowing that real money's coming in, real yield, right? When I go to bed at night, and having an understanding that that's a reality. And the market cap's only $171,000 market cap. A 10x from now on the only meme token on PulseChain with real yield coming through. Forget about it. I told my group in R2R last night about this, right? They hit a 2x already. They've been sitting here. If you're in R2R, you got the drop that the information and the strategy was coming out. So if you're in the group, you're in. You automatically get in for the $2.99 a month, price of a Cambodian coffee. The link's in the description to join my members only group to get that data on anything that I'm bullish on or got to say in a form of an exclusive video content. You automatically get into R2R and you get to hear the scoop. All right. Pays for itself by a long shot. Okay. But back to what I wanted to say. I want to, end it here soon with, the key points, liquidity web with other major tokens. That's going to encourage natural arbitrage and volume. All right. And we're about to look at the website. You're going to love this. So, this is full transparency as well, right? They've doxed the Treasury wallet and the yield Treasury wallet. You're going to see all the information. Let's take a look at that. You're going to be able to see full transparency of the real yield that's being used, right? What's going on, what's been burned, how it's being spent. You can click here, go to good old D-Bank, and this is going to be, you're going to be able to see how that's being spent, how it's being used, what's coming in, right? Forward back here, fast forward, or no, rewind back to when I first started talking about DexFi bonds, and it was only $133,000 in this bad boy. They did the same thing, provided the link, and you can see how DexFi bonds is bringing in and utilizing the money that's come in to create the real yield. So you're actually looking at this money that is now being utilized and established and is going to be helping out Mo. All right. And all this money here is being used to pay out the users of the bonds. Remember, go to dexfi.com/bonds. You earn USDC over on that side. They already paid the $250,000 plus. But this is where the real yield comes from, to pay their users of their bonds, right? And now that they're in sync with this meme token, right? You're going to see all that magic take place on a weekly basis and know what to expect and see how much is going to come in on that Friday and actually buy and burn the token. All right. Talk is cheap, bro. Talk is cheap. I can make a meme token right now for under $1 on PulseChain and bull pulse and say, I'm going to burn 98% of the supply. It's going to make a God candle dump. Right? And then what? Now, had you made a token, right? And it got hype, and your next event was an actual buying of the token and burning the supply, that's different. That's a lot different. Okay. As the community grows, as people understand, this is going to set the trend. So I imagine, after a day like today and people start to understand and talk about this, you better go out there and demand it. And you developers out there, you got a token on PulseChain and you haven't reached out to the DexFi bonds, especially you people that have put in money like website and marketing and all that, and you're not getting the results you want, your volume's low, your price isn't going anywhere, reach out and give yourself a fighting chance, because a lot of people believed in you and put money just like you did. And there's a chance for you to bring that hype back with true yield. I couldn't stress it to you any harder or any further. It's just, it is what it is. We have a problem with memes, and there's a good solution. And we're going to watch this develop in real time, and it's going to be really cool. Let's go real yield in the future. That's right. That's right. That's right. Who else is in the chat? We got a lot of people in the chat. Enter PulseChain immediately. Oh, let's go look at the site. You guys are gonna let me take the music off, because they got a little music going on in the background, and they put a lot of effort into designing a really cool website for you guys. Let me pull it up here. So, proof of broke plebe entry. Complete your scan. Begin scan. I'm balling. Let's begin the scan. So sick.
Sound of flip the script, yo. It's all about the new wave. BrokeNoMo. Once upon a time, there was just nickels and dimes. Then BrokeNoMo came and busted rhymes. Rhyming noodles and caviar dreams. No more basic, now it's living supreme. Keep hold down my wallet like an ATM. Quit the wild out, it's a generational gem. Richest sound, hold on, you know it's a win. You know the welfare.
Okay. All right.
Cashing in on BrokeNoMo. PulseChain's launched with a crazy flow. And endorsed by Richard, it's a millionaire show. Generational wealth, feeling like a crypto pro. Let's go. Putting in no effort, just enjoying the ride. Static welfare checks, let the profits glide. And FTDs can't keep them classified. Pop culture's rolling in, nothing to hide. BrokeNoMo, make it rain on me. Crypto hustle, big party for free. Never bring paid to hold, no stress to see. And laugh it off. Prosperity. From zero to hero,
oh damn, more bars. Let's go.
Madness, this the new thing. Join the army, let's go viral. I can search anything. Viral welfare, who that broke life don't fling. Damn. While others hustle, we just kick back. Watching crypto stack like a hack. Namo trees and got thoughts in stack. Richest words on financial soundtrack. With BrokeNoMo, our lives intertwined. Yeah.
Hey, go to the website. Check out the website to hear the full song. So dope. So yeah, efforts across the board, guys, right? Website's banging. You got the whole read the green paper, the narrative behind it. Shows the fixed supply. Market cap super low right now. This is, to me, if I go look back and we'll take a look at Dex Screener, one of those, good opportunities. And it's going to set the tempo. It's going to set the industry standard. We're going to see that real yield come in on a weekly basis. It'll grow, over time, especially when volume kicks in and more trading and all that good stuff happens. So I'm really excited about it because I love meme tokens, bro. I love meme tokens, but the problem is, I gotta get in quick, hit it and quit it. And other than Peacock, and which is a meme token, that's like one I'm like in, and I'm like, I'm gonna hold it long term in most. But the rest, you got to be honest with yourself. You're just using it, right? You're riding the hype, and there's nothing wrong with that. You got to make your money, but I want to establish myself in things that are going to evolve and get better, and have those innovations and key factors that nothing else does. So what Mo does, it raises the bar, right? You got a whole lot of meme tokens here that, and like I said, you founders, if you don't reach out to AJ, I can get you in touch with them. Reach out to me in the description. You can go to their telegrams. You can probably hit him up. You can hit me up or ask me up. But you're going to need something, right, to bring back, the things that are not evolving because of the lack of, honestly, no buyers, no yield. What do you expect? What could you expect? I've seen all this happen. Look, it's pumping in right now in real time. Happen in every chain. It's a sudden death, and some survive. Some are the next fart coin. Shiba and all that. But the reality is, it's a dangerous sport with meme tokens. So this brings something to the table that's special. And I am very, very happy to have a position and be a part of this real yield being looped over from another chain into PulseChain. So bringing capital to Pulse. Shout out to Liberty Swap out there too. I tweeted to them. They replied back that they're working on a tax token fix or workaround to bring them and list them on Liberty Swap. And I tagged them about Mo Money. They said it's gonna happen soon. I want this to be listed on Liberty Swap, especially the fact that it helps loop money from other chains, which brings new users, right? You just imagine the avenues and the opportunity you bring with the Liberty Swap and then a real yield use case platform like DexFi to facilitate that. Okay, so you go to DexFi.com/bonds right here next to the 2.4 million plus, almost 2.5 million. Click that link. Go look at the transparency and what's being done. It's all there. You can see it. Okay. So all the links are in the description, guys. Websites, Telegram groups, and you founders, don't sleep on the opportunity. There's a lot of you, and I gotta say it out to you, Humzy, because a lot of my people, and including myself, got a moon bag. I want to watch you win, brother, more than anybody, out there that's doing meme tokens on pump tires right now. Yours was the recent one that made my top 5. I hope you hear me loud and clear that even if you got something working in the background, maybe it's with OG and 3D, that's great. But you have an opportunity for your community right now as they lose steam to revive that, bring real yield over, work with DexFi Bonds, and reverse this chart and start bringing in people and showing that this is the way it needs to be done, right? Because Mo's going to lead the charge. BrokeNoMo is going to lead the charge, all right? $232,000 market cap, by the way, all right? At $1 million, you're at a 5x, $33,000 of liquidity. It's thin. That means it takes not a lot to move the price up or down. But be loud in your Telegram groups, guys. All right? Now that you know this is here, now that you know that this is available, go out there and make it happen. Work for your bags. Demand it. Demand it. Right? That's how we evolve in the world. Technology evolves. I walk into a store and I want my TV to be a smart TV. There was a big transition from the regular TVs back in the day to every TV that evolved. But I need a TV that could, have apps so I can have my Netflix and all that. If you don't have it, you ain't up to par, right? So don't get left behind. Don't get left behind. I'm excited about this, guys. We're watching it moon. It's exciting. Shout out to the R2R. Last night, you guys got in. 60K market cap it was sitting. We're doing good. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to DexFi. Don't forget. And we're going to end it with this because I think while we're excuse me, I'm like, let me drink this seltzer. Everyone's sick in the house, so it's hitting me today. I'm getting sick. Damn it. R2R in the house. What's up, Chantel? But yeah, I think this is gonna be an inspiration to people out there that are gonna suffer the consequence of just being hype, right? Volume ends. Let's bring that real yield. Don't forget to pound the like button. Drop a comment, right? Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.
I wake up in the morning, telegram in hand. R2R community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG printer, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. Inside fix is ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off PulseChain. But I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game.